Hi, I'm Jared Quinlan, and I'm a professional real estate photographer and videographer. And in today's video, I'd like to talk to you about how real estate photographers are the outcasts or bastard children of the photography world. Let's get into it. So let's look at my claim of real estate photographers being the outcasts of the photography world. First, let's look at this. As a real estate photographer, the last time you talked to somebody and they asked what you did, and you just said, "Oh, I'm a photographer," what did they say back to you? "Oh, do you do weddings? Oh, do you do landscapes? Oh, you must do family portraits. Oh, you must do senior portraits," right? It's never the first thing anybody ever thinks of. It's always way in the back. And then when you tell somebody, "No, I do real estate photography," you get this weird, oh, so you take pictures of houses, right? So that's the beginning of my case for why real estate photographers are the outcasts of the photography world. So then the real question is, why are we considered the outcasts, or as I like to call it, the bastard children of the photography world? I'm not really sure. Maybe just because it's kind of new, like it's only been around maybe 15, 20 years max maybe. And I know there's been some architectural stuff before that, but I mean real interior real estate photography stuff. Now maybe that's why, but it seems like 15 or 20 years is plenty of time to kind of establish it as a thing. But when we really look at it, what are the differences between what a real estate photographer does and what any other photographer does? I'm hard pressed to find any differences. So there's no difference, I guess, in what I'm saying is in the lenses. There's no difference in the camera bodies that we use. So it's not gear. A lot of real estate photographers use off-camera flash, use umbrellas and things to bounce flash. So we're literally looking at the same gear. So it doesn't seem like it's a gear thing that separates us. So is it software? No, it's definitely not software, right? Most of your real estate photographers use the exact same software. Like using the most popular, we use Lightroom and Photoshop, maybe use Capture One or something like that, but we all are using some sort of post-processing. So it's definitely not in the software that we use. So what are the other differences that we do there? Well, I can't really find any, which makes it weird, right, to why we would be the outcasts. We make business cards, we do marketing, we make flyers and we make posters and we go to real estate offices or we go to talk to real estate agents, we send emails, we do taxes. Real estate photographers do everything that any other photographer would do, whether it be into marketing or the gear or the software that they use. I can't find where there's any differences that would make it not a normal photography thing, right? I mean, think of this. When was the last time you even saw a magazine of some photography sort, whether it be an actual print magazine or an online magazine or something, that even referenced real estate photography? Try and think about that. It's always the best portrait and how do I get the right skin colors and the right hair and how do I Photoshop out stray hairs. It is never how do I get the wall color to not pick up color casts, right? It's always how do I get the eyes to come out the most clear. So anytime you see an article or something about photography, like 95 or more % of the time, it is not about real estate photography. Again, making my case, that real estate photographers are the outcasts. Let's look at YouTube as an example for my claim that real estate photographers are the outcasts. How many real estate photography popular YouTube channels are there? Now, I won't say if you don't do some search that you can't find some, and there are a couple of good ones out there. Don't get me wrong. I really like Nathan Kuhl and Rich Baum. I think those guys do a great job, and but they specifically talk about the how-to of the actual picture of itself, not more of anything that really relates to business or anything that. And even if they do touch on it, it's very small and it's minute and it's put to the side. But you're hard pressed to find any place else that's talking about, at least on YouTube or any other video place that I'm aware of, that really is talking about real estate photography, right? Again, YouTube has literally millions and millions of channels, and I can think of 2 that are good and talk about real estate photography. So again, making my point that we are really the outcasts and the set aside people of photography. If you were to type in portrait photography on YouTube, you're literally going to get thousands and thousands, and a lot of it good, solid content, right? Or if you're going to talk about any other type of photography, almost always there's going to be some good content about it, not a couple of guys on the side that are good, and then the rest just nobody around, right? I like a lot of the photography people that have YouTube channels. One of my favorites, and most people are aware of them, are Tony and Chelsea. But even think back, Tony and Chelsea are really into cameras and good photography. But name the last time that they had any serious talks about real estate photography. Now, I looked into it, and now I know years ago they had a real estate photographer, I forget his name, from the UK on their show. But that was years ago, and that was the last time that I ever saw any mention of it ever come about. Now, every week they host a live show where they have different photography on there, where they showcase different photography. Never is real estate photography the focus of their thing. Again, kind of making my point. So what do you think, guys? Did I make my case? Is real estate photography the outcast or bastard children of the photography world? That's kind of how I feel when I'm out there every day doing my thing. But that's how I feel as a photographer. I don't ever feel like when you tell somebody I do real estate photography that they are, oh wow, that's cool. Would you really do my house? Which if you did great portrait photography, the first thing you would kind of hear is, oh, I really need to get a new family portrait for here, or my daughter's graduation is coming up. Could you do a thing for her? It's never, I do real estate photography. Oh, hey, could you come to my house tomorrow and shoot my house? Right? Like that's just never a thing. And when you look online, like it's pretty obscure. When you look for magazines or articles or things like that about real estate photography, it's not that they don't exist, but they're not mainstream and they're way kind of pushed to the back. So what do you think? Am I off base? Am I way off base here? Am I going to get some comments that say, Jared, you don't know what you're thinking. Look at all this stuff. And please present the evidence if it's out there. And maybe I won't feel like I'm the bastard child of the photography world. But let me know what you think. Put some stuff in the comments. Say, hey, you're way off base or you're right on target. Let me know what you think. I would really appreciate it. So I'll be signing off. I'd really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, put some comments down there. Let me know what you think. And if you subscribe, hit that bell so you'll see my future videos. They're going to be about real estate photography. Thanks, guys. Take care.